Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hello Harem podcast. I'm your host, Alex Luby, and I'm joined, as always, by the horniest of homies to sail the seven seas, Mr. Jonathan Semrau, Anthony Luby, Luke Farnsworth, and our audience of anime aficionados that are stuffed.
I like Tortuga still.
He's cool.
Look
he's
at him.
Vibing on Ram.
All horny.
Jay, you haven't worn your captain's hat in a grip.
Ram kind of stole it.
Yeah. It's kind of Ram's business now.
Yeah.
We were just talking before the show. The fellas asked me if I kept up with the hentai schedules, and I don't think hentais have schedules.
So it's not seasonal?
No.
There's not seasonal hentai?
Oh, shit.
No, I think they just air when there's a new one.
I heard the summer season of hentai is doing pretty fucking good right now, though.
Not a
There's
lot
going to
of
be
good.
plenty of Shota for Alex like this summer.
That was spring.
Spring was Shota.
Alex is
Spring and
actually
Shota.
into Shota.
No, I'm not. I don't like Shota.
So
I don't.
if you see a hentai with Shota, do you go, that ain't for me? Or do you browse it and go, this might not be the worst?
It's 100% dependent on what it is about and who's like in it.
Oh, we lost a subscriber.
83.
We're down to 83 now.
Damn, guys, fucking subscribe to the podcast. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Aw.
Alex will make you into Shota.
What if it was
hentai.
me?
No, I'm not gonna make people into Shota hentai.
Yeah, so Alex last night when we were vibing about, gooning and clowning, Alex asked us if we were, really seriously, he was like, so you guys into Shota?
When did he ask that?
Last night.
Last night.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I'm not gonna front.
What was going on? What were we doing?
Nothing. He
You
just-
brought up something about Shota because you watched some show.
Because you're watching Kencon.
Oh,
Kanokon.
Kanokon. Yeah.
And you were like, I don't like the Shota kid. And then Alex literally looked at all of us and said, do you guys like Shota?
I don't remember this.
I do.
All right, dementia.
It seems the dementia is transferring over to my twin brother.
I told you, it's like a virus. We can catch it just from talking to you.
Just like how jaundice spreads to your bones.
Poor Pooh Bear.
Piglet, there's a horrible jaundice spreading to my bones.
I've angered God, Piglet.
Speaking of spreading, it'd be nice if you guys could spread some information about the podcast when you hit that like button, comment, and subscribe.
There we go.
Check
You
out
guys
Twitch. Check out whatever else we're on. TikTok, I think we're on.
Yeah.
You guys.
Well, I don't know why. We never post anything.
You know, it'd
do
be
we?
really cool.
Not really.
Speaking of spreading,
We should.
if you were to
Instagram.
spread your ass cheeks for Queef Wednesday, that'd be really cool.
Is that like Ash Wednesday?
Yeah.
I thought Luke was gonna say spread your legs.
Whoa.
I don't know. I just thought.
Why?
I was like, wow. He didn't.
Why
say
would
that.
I say that?
I don't
So
know.
Luke's gonna be my grandpa's roommate.
Is that actually...
No, that's not
No.
actually a
Okay.
thing that's happening.
You should tell him that.
Does he think it's actually?
He would totally be your roommate. Luke's applied for a job in a place that my grandpa currently has a job, and my grandpa's getting a new apartment. And so he's like looking, and it's like real expensive down there. And Luke was like, said something about where he was like looking at a job or whatever. And my grandpa was like, the cost of living's really high down there. We could be roommates, just like that.
Was this today?
Yeah, this was today. And he was like serious, and my grandpa was like, it gets crazy on Saturday night. He's like, we could hang out and watch the box set of the Dirty Harry movies,
Talk about Lionel train sets.
which he said he will have the entire living room converted into
Your grandma's house?
No.
Or his new place?
his new place.
Well, even at the old place, he was setting up trains.
Yeah, he was.
It's every apartment he's ever lived in. He builds a train layout.
It's so awesome.
I feel, I could be wrong. I feel like there was one he was in a hotel and he built a.
Chicago, he was in a hotel.
No, he was in a hotel for like an extended period, like a month or two, and so he built like a mini train layout in the hotel room.
At night, the hotel staff hears a train whistle coming from room 38B.
Or they just hear like power drills.
Like a hammer.
What the fuck?
Like, is that a saw? Like,
What?
Who's got the air compressor?
what if he just like built a
was
train layout in a
disgusting. That was
hotel room?
nasty.
Like built a train layout in a hotel room and then like left. like left it like there, and they're like, why? What? And like he's like, well, room service has to clean that up. That's not really my problem.
Those aren't my trains.
I would take the trains home if I was a cleaner.
Oh, he wouldn't leave the trains. He would just leave the fucking like wood.
Off the
I would
topic
take the
of
wood.
trains, I do want to shout out Adam Knight again. He commented on our last video. And
I didn't-
I,
I
like,
I read it last
I
night.
I
didn't
love
read the
that he
comment
just
yet.
keeps commenting. I love you, Adam.
What did he
Knight.
say?
He said, I don't surprised Sleepy Princess be kidnapped for 4 years because they're already having Christmas for a few times and Princess looked taller.
See, I told you it was 4 years.
I mean, I believe you now. 'Cause literally, the man who knows everything about anime has said it was 4 years. But it just doesn't. Did she really look taller to you guys?
No.
That's not something I would pay
Do
attention
you
to.
guys know that Omega Chad meme, where it's like the really cut
Giga
dude?
Chad.
Yeah,
Giga Chad.
Giga
Chad.
Yeah, I am every time we talk about Adam Knight, that's who I'm picturing. Like I
Dude,
picture that guy. Like
what if he-
Adam Knight is shredded as fuck.
Dude, Adam
He's
Knight
got-
is cut.
He's got an absolute diamond
but
jawline.
Isn't the Giga Chad dude actually a turbo virgin?
He's real, yeah.
He's real and he's like super, super beta.
He does not know what podcasts are.
No, he doesn't
does-
know what
he doesn't-
podcasts
no.
are. He doesn't know what memes are.
And he refuses anybody who asks to work with him or an interview because he says he does not believe in cooperating with others.
Yeah, he's like super, super beta for being such
Is he an
dope.
American?
I don't
No,
know.
I think he's Swedish or something like that.
Swedish.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in cooperating with others.
He doesn't know what podcasts or memes are.
I always thought Giga Chad was photoshopped.
No, it's a real
No, that's a
dude.
real guy.
That is a real guy.
I want to. I guess I got to see the picture. of
Go
Giga
ahead.
Chad
Yeah,
again.
that came
Go ahead.
that came
Yeah.
out like this year that somebody was like,
Yeah, that's a new meme.
that's not
Giga.
Yeah,
That's
they
pretty
were
fresh.
like-
they're like, that's not fake. That's like a real
Like
dude.
I saw it and they're like, yeah, dude from
That
Giga
dude.
Chad meme doesn't know
Here
what
it is.
podcasts
that is
are.
a real dude.
Why is he like that?
I don't know. There was like a whole headline of like a news article,
guy.
like a funny news article, and it's like Giga Chad meme doesn't know what podcasts are and doesn't believe in cooperation.
Like, this dude is shredded, absolutely peeled.
like beyond shredded.
Like, he looks great. If he just cooperated with people, he
No.
could, like, make a lot of money.
doesn't believe in it.
No, doesn't.
Plus,
believe
he's a
it.
famous internet meme. He
Doesn't
has
know
the
what that is
world
either.
in his hand.
What's a podcast?
Yeah, he
I
doesn't-
don't understand how you get that jawline. That is
Chew gum. You chew gum.
I mean, this
Oh.
dude's got to chew a pack at a time.
yeah, that's a good workout for your
like
jaw.
all day. Or he has the Jawser size.
You might have. Oh yeah.
Be
I've seen
careful
that.
bringing up jaws. Brandon's gonna put comments that are talking about the twins' jaw lines and ball chins.
What?
He,
Because that's been
So we
Brandon's
gotta-
new fucking thing. Is he comments on the twins' jaw lines and then calls them ball chins?
I'm cool with the jawline. Thing.
Jonathan started the ball chin thing.
No, I
You
didn't.
did?
I said
No, here's what happened.
Pickle chin.
No, I was shaving and I used my electric trimmer died, so I couldn't like get the length that I wanted, so I had to use a razor. And I haven't like baby shaved my face in forever, so I sent a snap. And Jonathan's like, dude, your butt chin is so defined. And then I guess Brandon got a hold of that information.
I feel like I said something along the lines of like, you have such a butt chin, it's practically shitting.
you
I
very
think
well
so. That
may
sounds
have.
about
I think
right.
that's about
So
what-
like that's how Brandon got a hold of it, and now we are just butt chins the kid.
No, ball
me see
chins.
your
Ball
face.
chins the kid.
Show me your face.
I mean, it's really like not even that bad.
No,
Like,
it's-
it's.
I
like,
mean, it's worse when like I shave.
It's a
obviously because
dimple.
there's shadows.
yeah, it's like
It's a dimple.
You got like the, like I mean, you're the boy chin wonder for sure, but like,
Oh.
like it's not like there's no sphincter.
You know there is your throat.
What?
No,
Your
there's
throat has
not.
an asshole.
No, it doesn't.
No,
We-
no, no,
we,
no,
we
no,
had a
no, no.
conversation last night. It
Jonathan
happened.
went, it was after your epiglottitis episode.
I had to explain to
Oh.
them that the epiglottis was a flap and not a sphincter.
I don't buy it.
Why?
What do you mean you don't buy it? You don't buy it. You're born with it.
You don't buy science. You know?
Maybe you're
That's not
born with
science.
it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe you're born with it. Maybe it's your throat asshole.
Not my
That
throat
right there.
asshole.
Don't call me an asshole.
Anyone do anything crazy or interesting? Because I have a dream that happened. Yeah, I told you guys about it.
Yeah,
but
you did.
It
You
was-
like to know Shota lover?
Jay had a dream too about
Oh,
Barbecue
my God,
and
it was
rain.
so
I had the weird shit that happened to me last night while I tried to take things out of my pockets.
That was weird.
what?
I said it this morning when I woke up.
Oh, I've got my spooky ghost story.
I know I wasn't.
We've
I
all
wasn't
got a
paying
story.
I guess
attention.
we all have a
everyone-
story.
we
Wow,
never
this is
do
the
this.
first time.
Who's going
Who do we
first?
want to start with?
Mine's pretty quick.
We'll start with
And I
throat
also,
then.
all right. So last night, The boys were over. Matt was over. And it was getting pretty late, so we went into my room. We were watching.
Getting pretty hot and heavy.
It was.
It almost did for it. Never mind. Keep going.
Huh?
Keep going.
Huh?
I said continue.
Oh, we did talk about kissing men for a while there.
I was not a part of that
Yes,
conversation.
you were.
Anyway.
I was?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway.
Weird night.
Anyway. We're watching some spooky ghost videos. And Luke fell asleep on the floor. Alex fell asleep in the chair. Me, Matt, and Jay are the only ones up.
I was in and out.
Whatever.
I was out.
And we were like, we're going to call it a night. It's getting late. Everyone's pretty sleepy. So Matt, whenever he comes over, he sleeps in my bed. So I get evicted from my bed every time Matt comes over. Luke is passing on the floor. I go to the couch in the living room. Alex and Jay go upstairs. Lights are off. I'm just playing on my phone. And it was just really coincidental that I guess something in the sink shifted and a bunch of plates just made a really loud fucking bang. And I just thought it was ironic that we were watching spooky ghost videos with loud bangs. And I don't believe in that. So I'm like, hey, you ghosts. You guys are
You
good.
got scared.
I didn't get scared.
Bull.
I don't get scared
Shit.
from ghosts. Ghosts aren't scary. They're not real.
I ain't
they
afraid
are.
of no ghosts.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Anthony's a Ghostbuster now.
We're going to go on a Hello Harem ghost hunt, and you guys are going to see Anthony piss his
I'd be
pants.
down.
I want to. I
want
really
to.
do.
I want to go on a
Let's
ghost
do it.
hunt.
Let's
Count
do
me
it.
out.
Alex, you weren't in New York with us.
I'm good.
I
There's
went
a-
to the Shanley.
There's
This
a place
wasn't the
called the
Shanley.
Farnsworth House.
Is it Jay? Do you not like ghosts?
Yes, no.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
You do. Luke does. Alex, do you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn. I'm with a bunch of fools.
What do you mean fools?
Anthony, you believe that the throat had an asshole in it. I don't want you to talk to me about fools.
It does, dude. I read a joke.
A joke
Yeah.
is what you're basing your information off of.
Yeah, on Reddit.
We all know a really good joke.
My life?
Zwei peanuts but walking down the Strasse.
Everyone's going to die. We can't finish it.
All right.
All right, so that was my story. My bullshit ghost story. Jonathan, what's up?
Oh, it's me next?
Yeah, your
Yeah,
dream.
we'll go with you.
Your barbecue rain dream.
Oh, fuck, it's so weird. Okay, so
It's
it is. Actually, I've started writing down dreams in a list on my phone. I think I've done this on the podcast before.
Yeah.
I've added a couple since that. I actually haven't added this one, which I need to before I forget it. Okay, so in this specific dream, I was still at the beach, and I was with my mom, my girlfriend, my sister's friend Ella, and Matt. So it was 6 of us. And my sister, outside of our place we were staying, there was a hurricane happening, and we were all in our room. And Jenna just loudly proclaims like, "I'm hungry," and we were like, "Okay, Jenna." And then she was like, "I want barbecue," and we're like, "We can't do that." And Jenna was like, "I'm going," and we're like, "What?" And so she just walks out into the hurricane. And we're like, "What?" So we're like, we can't just let her, so we go with her. And Jenna's just walking down the road like normally, and the rest of us are getting like blown around and shit, and like Jenna's just literally walking. She's like, "I'm going to the barbecue restaurant. I want some barbecue." And this is really on character for Jenna, but like, so we're like trying to follow her, and there's like fucking cars flying overhead, and Jenna's just walking and not affected by the rain or wind, and the rest of us are getting beat up by the weather. We get to the barbecue restaurant, and for some reason it was still open, and there's a hostess standing by the front door. And we walk up, and we're like, and Jenna's like, "Hi," and the hostess is like, "How many?" And Jenna was like, 6, please. And the hostess was like, "Okay, and inside or outside?" And Jenna was like, outside. So they sit us outside, and we order barbecue out in the rain. And it is at this point that Autumn tells me that she is pregnant, and I'm like, oh my god. And then they bring us our barbecue, and we ate the barbecue, and then we walked back home, and I woke up.
What a very casual, like, Jenna's built different.
Yep.
You went to get barbecue. Autumn's just like, "Hey, by the way, I'm pregnant."
Yep.
You ate and went home and woke up.
Yeah, like, that's
But it was all what made it weird was like everything was happening during like a Hurricane Katrina style ass, cars flying overhead, people literally screaming and running for their lives.
Like every single thing was lackadaisical in an entire natural disaster.
Yeah.
Wait, that word you just
I was gonna say, that was a
I've
big
never heard that
word.
before.
You've never heard the term lackadaisical before?
No.
Anthony, did you just
Yeah, it was
yawn?
really weird.
Yeah.
But okay, so I
I
woke
just
up.
yawned.
When
Yawns
I
are
woke up in
contagious.
the morning, when I woke up in the morning, none of it was real to me except the part where Autumn was like, "Hey, I'm pregnant," and I was
The-
like
the
sitting there.
worst part.
There was like a good 2 minutes where I was sitting there with just like my hands like in front of my mouth, thinking like, "Dude, what the fuck am I gonna do? I don't have a job. I still live with my mom." Like I had to think myself.
What do I do? What do I do?
Dude, I had to think myself down for like a bit, and then I was like, "Oh, we're good."
I'm not the only one that's ever done that. Like freaked out because you had a dream and you thought it was real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have you
Dude.
guys ever
Yeah,
taken a nap, like, I don't know, mid-afternoon, late afternoon, and woke up, looked at your clock, and been like, oh shit, it's the next day?
Yes.
No, I don't take naps.
I've done that. When
I've
I
done
was
that before.
when we were in school, I did that a lot.
I'm being serious though. Like I rarely take naps.
I fucking love naps.
I love naps.
I don't as much anymore. When I was in school, I did.
I
all
try
the
not
time.
to, but
I don't dislike naps. I just don't take them.
Yeah, when I was in school, I would take one like every day or so.
I think my problem is that I have a hard enough time falling asleep at night. I don't need to add to it by sleeping in the middle of the day.
I don't have
Mine-
any trouble. I fall asleep.
Something about being on the couch in my house like just puts me out. Like that couch in that little cozy room.
Dude, yeah.
Dude, being
Yeah.
anywhere
Yeah.
that's not your bed always just
Yeah.
seems so much more comfortable for some reason.
Dude,
Yeah.
it puts me to sleep to be in there, especially when Newt comes up and like lays on me and goes to sleep. I'm like, this is awesome, and
I think
just
it's
fall asleep.
I think it's like that when you wake up in the morning in your bed and you don't want to get out of your bed. It's like that feeling, but you're like somewhere else in your house. You're like you know you have to go to bed to go to sleep, but you just don't want to.
To me, that feeling is so powerful.
and you just like feel like the bed's
We-
literally like pulling.
Yeah.
on
We
you,
know
like,
it's
come
powerful for
back.
you,
Yeah,
Tippy.
you don't wake up.
I fucking hate getting out of bed so much. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, 30 seconds.
But you know
Just 30 seconds.
and that turns into like 2 hours.
I know.
Yeah, you know what really sucks about that too? Like, if you're in bed and then you're like, fuck, I have to get up. And then you start to get up and then you realize, like either like you realize you don't have to get up, you get a text and somebody's like, hey, we're not doing that anymore. And you can go back to sleep. You were feeling so tired and you're not even out of bed yet. And then you go to lay back down to go to sleep and
You're
you're like,
wide awake.
yep, you're like, fuck.
Yep.
Now I'm awake for some reason. You ever have that? That sucks.
Yeah.
That's always the hardest
that
for me.
hurts.
It's a lot more rare.
That hurts.
What's weird is like I only get that feeling when I am supposed to wake up. I'll set alarms for like 2:30 in the morning and 3:30 in the morning,
Uh-huh.
and I'll wake up and I'll like get up, go to the bathroom, and I'm awake, and I can easily just hop back into bed and go to sleep, lickety split.
I think it's because just
I
I don't
wish.
want to go to work so bad. There's this other feeling of like, wow, this bed is just way more comfy than usual. Because I agree, mine only really happens with like work on days I'm supposed to work.
I don't know. how
I
you
don't
do
know.
that,
Usually
dog.
on weekends, if there was like a photo shoot or something, we had to go to Columbus. I was always the one that had to come wake you up.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying you're not. It's just like for me personally, it always feels like it's not that it's harder to get out of bed.
I think it's if you have any sort of obligation.
I think that would work, or one I don't
No.
want to go to.
I have some super strange willpower. When my alarm goes off, I'm out of my bed like
Yeah.
instantly.
I'm not.
If I have somewhere to be and I don't want to be late, I'm the same way, dog.
If I have somewhere to be and I don't care if I'm late, I'm still out of my bed instantly
Yeah.
when my alarm goes off.
I tell Alexa to shut her mouth.
She doesn't even wake you up half the time.
No, she does. I just tell her to shut up.
I think
and
it's
then
just
go back
because
to
I
bed.
know if I don't get up right then and there, I'm not getting up. So I think like my alarm goes off, I grab my phone, I actually like jump out of bed.
It just
My-
makes it more stressful if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2 days ago, my alarm went off, and I had to get out of bed at 9:30 to go over to my grandma's to help her out with something, and so my alarm goes off, and I was like, stop, and then the Google Home didn't stop me. So every time it doesn't hear me the first time, I get pissed. So it was like I go stop, and then it doesn't hear me. I go stop, like just like that, like really annoyed stop. And my mom, I always hear her laugh when that happens. So she's in the room. She must hear us like stop, like just like that. And so that I got it to shut off, and then I don't know why or what happened, but I immediately fell back asleep. And then I get up and I look at my phone. I'm like, oh fuck, it's noon. I was like, I was supposed to be at my grandma's at 9:30 because I looked at my phone and I was like, in my head, I'm like, I told my Google Home to be quiet and stop in my dream. But like it was real. And I don't know, I was like, it's just the alarm will wake me up in 5 minutes if I tell it to shut off. And so it's like, and no, it was noon. I had to call my grandma, and I called my grandma, and I was like, Curly, I am so sorry. And my grandma dead ass, like, she was like, you're the worst employee. Just like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to that,
Ooh.
Jay.
Tippy, let's hear your dream.
yeah, see your dream.
Yeah.
Tippers.
Okay.
Get that dream mode.
Honestly, we were just talking about nightmares like 2 episodes ago or something.
Nightmare.
Wait, was that, before you do your dream, was that you? With the, I don't know if we can, I'm sure, whatever. Everybody's done it.
No.
One of you was smoking, except Luke, one of you was smoking ganj for the first time, and then somebody got in your face and went, nightmare, 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 and blew your high.
Was it Steve to you?
No.
No, that was, what show was that?
Show?
There was a comedian. He made a joke
Eric
about
Andre.
it. Eric Andre.
Yeah, but I thought that it happened to one of you. I swear to God, it was one of you, like, got a little stoned, like it was your first time, or like one of the 1 or 2 times you ever did it, and got in your face and went nightmare, nightmare, and kind of blew your high. I feel like it was I think it was Anthony, and I think it might have been Steve.
It was probably Steve to you.
That one time I did it, it was a horrible, horrible time. And
You were saying you could hear birds in the other neighborhoods.
I thought I could see the future. I really did.
And it was like everyone was kind of fucking with him.
Oh, they were fucking with me hard.
he's
Josh wasn't. Josh was the only one who was not.
Yeah, everyone else.
Josh is a straight shaman.
I was
so
like,
yeah.
I was gone. I was tripping hard as fuck. I was like freaking out. I was paranoid as shit.
Dude,
I
last
felt
time
my heart.
smoked,
I thought
too.
I was gonna die. I was
Same.
I was like, I can feel my heart. I can hear them downstairs. I'm gonna die right here, right now.
I remember the last time I smoked. It was like years ago. This is what I was like. I'm never doing this again. This fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I also got stupid fucking paranoid. Justin was outside eating a bag of blueberry, and I could hear the blueberry speaking. They were talking. I don't know what they were saying, but I was like, why is the cereal talking? That's no joke. I don't,
Blueberry's like, kill your family.
like, I know. Like, marijuana doesn't usually do that shit, I guess. But, like, dude, I swear to God, the cereal was talking.
I can just imagine Alex walking outside and Justin's like, hey, dude, what's up? He's like, tell your cereal to shut the fuck up,
I was,
dude.
like, worried for him. Like, I was like, dude, I'm so sorry I can't help you guys. Like, your fate is sealed. Justin's hungry.
I swear to God, this is the last thing that we'll get to your story. When I was in high school, my first time ever, which is the only time, I've tried it 3 times, and
Same.
2 of the 3 times were god-awful, so I'm not doing it again. The first time I ever did was so awesome, I thought about, like, being, like, I was like, maybe I'll just smoke pot all the time. It was so good that I literally was just cool with it. And then the second time I tried it, I was like, yeah, I did it once. I'm pretty much a pro, and, like, you know that one.
Yeah.
Third time was even worse. Not even worse, but it was worse for a different reason. So I was in high school. Me and Braden were hanging out with this kid who I won't name drop because I don't know what he's up to these days. Hanging out with this kid at his house, and he was like, you guys smoke? And me and Braden were like, no. And so he was like, you want to try it? And we were like, sure, let's try it. He pulls out a dab pen, and me and Braden take big fat donkey rips, and
That was funny.
and then I don't really know what happened for a while. I was really high, and then I guess I do remember this. I was trying to go upstairs because I was hungry, and there was Chipotle upstairs that we had gotten earlier that day, and I was trying to walk up the stairs, and I grabbed the handrail, and this kid was like, Jay, go up the stairs. And I'm like, oh, give me a fucking second. And he was like, Jay, go up the stairs. I'm like, stop fucking with me. And I was just holding the handrail and not moving. And he was like, Jay, just go up the stairs. I'm like, I will, but the fucking stairs won't get out of my way. Like, just like that. So he had to carry me up the steps because I was convinced they were in the way of the steps. The stairs were in the way of the stairs. So we get upstairs. I have this video on my phone, and if I find it, I will send it around. It is me sitting upstairs in this kid's kitchen, and I am so stupid high that I'm eating the Chipotle. I had just warmed it up. I was eating it, and there are literal tears running down my face, and I'm crying. It was the best fucking thing I've ever tasted. like literally sobbing and eating this Chipotle. And then he looks over at Braden, and Braden just takes his out of the fridge cold and starts eating it with his hands. So he just takes it out of the fridge and just is like, oh. And he's making noises like that. He's like, oh. So night continues. We go out onto the back deck, and we're starting to come down. And me and Braden were not happy about coming down. And this guy's like, he was like, we're like, dude, come on, let's get another hit, man. Let's get another hit. And he was like, you're going to have to pay for it. This isn't cheap. And we were like, we don't have money. We don't have any money, man. and he was like, we were like, what can we do, man? We'll do anything, man. And he was like, he had a koi pond. And he was like, strip butt ass naked and jump into my koi pond and swim around for a while. And we were like, okay. And so we did it. And so there was another video that went around for a couple of people that I knew of me completely naked, like doggy paddling around in a koi pond with the fish and the koi all around me. I got out of the fucking koi pond, got dressed, took another hit, woke up the next morning completely naked on this guy's couch in his living room.
God.
Completely naked on the couch in his living room. Braden was upstairs asleep in his bed, and this kid had to sleep on like on the chair in their other living room.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because I was naked on the couch and Braden was asleep in his bed.
That is such a fucking wild story.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
That is wild.
Yeah. So that was the first time. And it was like, I had such a good time. I was like, that was awesome. I got so many good videos out of it.
I mean, you got a hell of a story.
Yeah, right?
Hell of a story.
I don't know if my mom knows that story. I don't think I'll ever tell her.
There's some things you just don't say to your mom and dad.
Oh, no, she knows, like, about what she's just like, don't do it again. And I'm like, okay. Like,
Tippy nightmare.
Tippy nightmare. Okay. So I took a nap yesterday.
great.
Yeah, I was like, all right,
Congratulations.
Alexa, wake me up in 25 minutes. Next thing I know, it's 7 o'clock. All right, so I wake up at 7 p.m. and I'm like, holy shit, that was a clusterfuck of a dream. So let me take you back. There's two parts to this dream. Part one, for some reason, I was at work, and my coworker and I were in the work van going up a parking garage. It was all enclosed, it was dark, and it was a steep parking garage, and it was huge. It was like really big. And we're just driving up, and we're sitting there waiting for the customer, and the customer never shows up, I guess. And so we decide to go back down. Like, okay, let's get out of here. Instead of turning around, he just puts the van in reverse and just guns it. And so I'm just like, everything's calm. We're just like, yeah, this is normal. And like we drove off a fucking cliff, like off the parking garage, and like we're going backwards. And then I see the edge. We like flew off. I'm like, oh my god. And we smack the ground, and he's like, "Oh, I hate when that happens." And I'm like, "Yeah, me
Not
too."
again.
And then I blink, and then I'm in another van, but it's like a Dodge Caravan. And I was with my mom, my dad, my sister, and there were two other people in the back. I don't know who they were. I never saw their faces. But we were going to the airport to take wedding pictures for someone. I don't know who was getting married. I just know we were going to the airport to
Tony.
take wedding pictures.
Tony's getting
I'll
married.
never get
So we
married.
pull up. I get out, my sister gets out, and my mom gets out. And I remember very vividly, the thing we parked in front of was like there were a bunch of, you know what wisteria flowers look like?
Yeah.
They looked exactly like that. They were over an arc, but they were like hot pink. It's irrelevant, but I just remember them very vividly.
I love wisteria.
Oh, they're beautiful. So I turn around, and across the street, about 25, 30 yards or meters away, there's a couple hugging, but they were not hugging. It looked like they were hugging. They were actually fighting. And there was a palm tree to their right. And out of nowhere, this lady comes and drop kicks the dude. Just fucking out of nowhere, from sprinting and drop kicks this guy. So for some reason, more people started appearing. There were like 10 other people that started walking towards us, including my mom. And the dude gets up, he pulls out a pistol, and he caps the person he was fighting with. He caps the person who drops kicks him, and then everyone starts running. And this dude just starts capping everyone. And he capped my mom in the back. She fell over. And then the cops showed up.
Not Ann.
The cops killed the dude with the gun. And then for some reason, like missiles or rockets came out from where he was, and they shot up. So I look up and I follow the missiles, and there's these 3 jets, but they were just hovering there, and they looked like triangles with a fuselage, if that makes sense.
Oh.
And when they saw the missiles, they were like, "Oh shit, we got to get out of here." So I'm following them, and like one by one, the missile hits them, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's a terrorist attack!" And I'm like, "What is going on?" And then I woke up, and I was like, "Yo, my mom is dead." Like I was just like in a state of I don't know, like I believed she was dead, but I was like, what the hell did I just like experience? Like I was really, really confused, I guess. And then Jonathan called me.
That's funked.
It was weird. Everything was so vivid. I remember the colors, there were 2 hangars where the people were just kind of by them, and then the cops showed up, and the missiles and the jets, and the Dodge Caravan. It was like a grayish blue.
That's so strange.
Yeah. We were all wearing like nice clothes, and
Yeah, and then the missiles came out.
And then the missiles
came out.
I'm going to take fucking wedding pictures and a terrorist attack happened.
Yeah,
Buy it a penny.
fucking crazy.
Ooh,
It was
I'd have
weird.
a lot of money.
Weird. I know we were gonna do anime of the week.
Well, Luke had a
Luke
story.
had something.
Oh yeah,
My
you
story
did.
is real quick. So last night, as Anthony said, I fell asleep on his floor. When I say I fell asleep, I fucking crashed. I don't even remember falling asleep. I don't remember getting on the floor. I just remember being asleep, and that's it. So I woke up and I was like, "Oh, someone put a blanket on me. That's really nice."
That was Jay.
I was like, "What a sweetheart!" And so thank you for putting the blanket on me, because I was like,
Hi.
"Man, this is really nice. I'm glad I have a blankie."
You look chilly.
So then I was like, I lay on my side a lot, so I was laying on my left side. I was like, my fucking thigh hurts and my keys are stabbing me. So I took my keys out of my pocket and laid them down, rolled over, and went to sleep. I woke up on my left side again with my keys stabbing me in the thigh. And I was like, what? I was like, I know I took these out of my pocket. So I took them out of my pocket again and laid back down. And I was like, all right, my wallet's in my back pocket. I can't lay on my back, so I took that out. And nothing happened with that. So I was like, all right. And then I felt my phone in my pocket. I was like, don't want to sleep with my phone in my pocket, so I took my phone out of my pocket. I wake up 2 hours later with my phone in my pocket. So I don't know what the fuck happened. If like maybe while I was asleep, my body's like, keys, and I put them in my pocket. like that is the only explanation I have, is that while I was asleep, my body went.
Or you were
the
like
keys.
dreaming and you dreamed you took them out and it was like real, and then you were like you actually woke up. You're like, wait.
But the weird thing is that I don't remember dreaming at all. So like
maybe it was a really vivid dream.
So, like, I just remember I was asleep. I woke up. I put stuff out of my pocket. I went back to sleep. I woke up, and it was in my pocket.
Mildly off topic from the dream, but did you have a pillow?
No. And then I grabbed a pillow that was on the floor.
Oh, I
Damn,
I threw one
feel like
down.
a
I
bad
put one next to your
host.
head. I was like, Luke, you want to lift your head so I can put this under your head? And you went,
I was crashed, dude.
Yeah.
There was nothing waking me up.
I put one down there for you.
Yeah, I woke up, and I was like, God, this carpet's hard. And I was like, well, time to go back to sleep anyway. So I just went back to sleep like the first 3 times. I'm like, I woke up and I was like, man, it'd be nice if I had a pillow. And I looked, I was like, oh, a pillow. And I grabbed it and put it on my. I was like,
What if when Luke was asleep, you were just like, he was asleep and we just heard him go, keys.
Keys.
Grab
that's
him.
all I can think, because like I've never had a dream that real before. I don't have very real dreams. I just have dreams. I'm like, man, that was weird.
Dude, my
Oh, well.
room is like a different universe.
There's
Yeah,
something with
straight
your
up.
room.
Why?
I don't know. Luke woke up, walked out. He's like, what the fuck? Like, he walked out in the morning and looked like death. He's like,
All right,
what the fuck happened?
that's different. When you come out of your room, it's like going from nighttime to someone shining a flashlight in your eyes
That's true.
instantly.
That's why everyone, whenever I come out of your room on the weekends, people are like, Jay, you look like shit.
I now get it, because I walked out and I didn't feel
You're
bad.
blind.
I didn't look bad, or I don't think I looked bad or anything. My eyes were like, because I couldn't see. My eyes were
And
like,
you walk out like,
oh god, there's light now. This is what light is.
Yeah, I like to keep it really dark. I'm a night owl.
It's nice. I actually do like how dark your room
It is.
is.
It's so easy. It makes it so much easier to sleep.
Yeah,
Good.
that is for true. I hate this chair still, by the way. It's still
I
just
know.
fucking ring.
Once we hit 100 subscribers, Luke gets a new chair.
Yeah, when we hit 100 subscribers, Luke gets a new chair. How about that?
Please share.
You guys
like,
want Luke to have a new chair. I
comment.
know that.
Let Sencha know that I'm in love with her and want to marry her. I'm still single and
Tell her to
sad.
commit
Early.
ball kick.
I was going to say, Luke, earlier, before we get into Anime of the Week, there was just an article I wanted to bring up regarding Lulu Suzuhara from Niji Sanji. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to pull up my phone because there was a video I watched earlier about it.
She's the one who just graduated, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Lulu Suzuhara did just graduate from Niji Sanji. It was really unexpected. She announced it like 3-4 days
Dude,
ago.
your
and
YouTube
then,
watch history gave me AIDS.
It's why
That is fucked.
it's a lot.
What is it?
Just nothing but
It's
VTubers.
just
VTubers,
VTubers.
and there's a spider.
That's all mine is, but mine are actual streams. His are clips because he's a fake VTuber fan.
Dude doesn't watch JP.
Anyway,
No, he doesn't.
so Lulu Suzuhara graduated from Niji Sanji very unexpectedly. She announced it like 3-4 days ago, and she's already graduated.
That's fast.
So she put out on one of her last streams, she said the reason why she was graduating. I'm sure there are other things that went along with it, like maybe just a new career or something. But it kind of took me by surprise, and I never really thought about it like this before, because there's another VTuber who talked about her situation who also had a similar one. Lulu Suzuhara was getting death threats. Yes. Like death threats, constant, like a lot. She was getting threatened and stuff for whatever reason. I don't know what she does to constitute getting a death threat.
Probably something with China.
What would it have to do with China?
China likes to get mad at VTubers all the time because they say things that they don't like.
I just think people are fucked.
I
like
think
with-
it was
all
just
right.
like a
I
fan.
will use an actual example. Coco, a lot of Chinese bots were spamming her with death threats.
No, these were physical, like mailed to her.
I know, but I'm saying like you're saying why China? Like it's something that's never happened before. People from China send death threats to VTubers all the time.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting at. I'm not
yeah.
getting like you're like I'm trying to tell you that it's just something that happens.
Yeah, but I think
Imagine.
this was a little different because these were like physical notes, like
How'd they
posted
get her
in Japan.
address?
I don't docs, yeah. So not only her, but one of the other Niji Sanji members, what was her name? Skino Mito, also had that happen. And what happened to her was on her way to school, there were flyers with her phone number, email, and saying stuff like that on her way to school, like posted on buildings and shit.
That's so fucked. I know
Cringe.
we've talked about this before, like the one thing with voice actors getting death threats, and that whole like scenario is just so fucked.
We can talk about this out loud. Okay. I'll answer it after. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Just say it. I know I heard last thing I heard was so fucked.
They were having a nice.
We were talking about it
conversation.
earlier.
I know. That's pretty rude,
I was
buddy.
asking a question.
He was asking. It was a serious question.
Anyway, like people are fucked. That is like beyond like a shitty thing to do. That's not even, that doesn't constitute as shitty. That constitutes you have a mental issue.
You're a fucking psycho.
Yeah, you are a psychopath.
Yeah.
That
I'm
is
just
fucked.
I mean, I don't watch every single one of Lulu's streams, and I was by no means like a super ultra mega fan or anything, but from the streams I did watch of her and the clips I have seen, she was not the type of character to do anything controversial.
I'm gonna be real here.
Anyway.
I don't think any VTuber constitutes death threats.
No,
I don't think
there's-
anybody really deserves death threats. You could be a pretty piece of shit, like an absolute fuckwad, and that doesn't mean you deserve death threats.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think it's really shitty because it's like ending a career of someone, and we don't know if they really wanted to end it so
I
soon.
totally doubt she did, but I mean, like,
I mean, what do we know? But it's really fucked up. I agree. Like I heard you bring up the situation with the idol.
the idol and the one voice actor from Attack on Titan.
Yes. It's
It's like if something bothers you that much, you need to be like, you need to go see a fucking psychiatrist or a therapist, dude.
Right.
You have
It's-
fucking issues.
It's really messed up. Like, these people are just making a living. Like, why do you have to hate on them so much? Be like us getting death threats.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, fucking hella hard. They're too fucking horny.
Go
God.
kill yourself.
Yeah, go kill
Go
yourself.
kill yourself and stop jerking off.
What are you doing, jacking
What
off?
are you doing, jacking off?
Chicken wolf.
You having an ass?
Even an ass.
Sorry that I stopped to clean my phone. My OCD acted up, and I saw some fuzzes,
As
and
soon as you
I
Jonathan's doing
had
it
to.
too.
Like I saw, and I was like, I have to clean this.
As
or-
soon as you started cleaning your phone, I impulsively was
But,
just like, oh, I need to
I
clean
just
my phone.
I just wanted to bring that up
I had a
because
brain itch.
Suzuhara's graduation came out of like nowhere for like everyone. So I was super surprised by it, and then after seeing the reason, like why? Again, I don't know if that's the single reason.
The fact that it is a reason just pisses me off.
Right.
not
The
even
fact that
gonna
it's
lie.
even a thing, you know, that's messed up. For like you said, for anyone to have to go through that, like no one really deserves a death threat. I mean, come the fuck on. So that was just some big news I saw this morning. I was like, wow, that sucks.
Wow.
And it happened to someone else too, so it's not just
Yeah.
Suzuhara. It's
It
other
happens
people, you
all
know.
over, and
It's messed
sad.
up.
It's
Yeah.
sad.
It is for
Like, how-
anybody,
How
like
sad
not
is
just
your life that
VTubers.
you have to send death threats to someone?
Must
Kick
be-
rocks, you fucking losers.
Yeah,
If you're sending death threats,
goobers.
kick fucking
Yeah.
rocks.
If you have a problem with VTubers, you got a problem with us, and I suggest you let that one marinate.
You fucking heard the man.
3 things are gonna happen. I hit you, you hit the pavement, I jack off on your passenger side door handle.
You don't want that.
Jay, you did have a question about my phone
I
case, correct?
did.
That is Enma Ai. She's Jikoku Shoujo. She's Hellgirl.
Cool.
She's Pog. Did
It's
you
the
like
one
her?
this goober didn't stop talking about for like a month
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Do you like her?
Yes.
Right?
She's pretty
She's
epic.
awesome.
I had this. Maybe you can answer who this is. Is this the same person?
Lay it on me.
Is it the same person?
No, that is from Luke. What's the gambling anime?
Kakegurui?
Kakegurui. Yes, that is
Wait, show me.
black haired
Black
girl.
girl.
Oh, that's
I forget her name.
oh, I had her name in my head just for a second there.
Yeah.
So I
She's
kind of
epic
figured
as
that's
fuck.
who you were
She's
talking
epic.
about.
Yeah, she's Poggers.
That show is awesome.
What show is it?
Kakegurui. It's a Netflix anime.
It's like a
2 seasons. It's
They
about
Wait, is that the
gambling.
one where she gets horny from like making go? Autumn watched that. She told me to watch that.
yeah.
It's very good.
Is it?
It is insanely good.
Fuck.
I
Like you think
that's
like
a show
oh,
I always
man.
forget about.
You're sitting there and you're like, oh, they get horny from gambling, but like the plot is so fucking
What's
well
the,
done.
Fuck. What's the name of it?
Kakegurui.
Kake.
Kakegurui.
Alex, I have a question.
Hmm.
So yesterday, me and Luke
I gotta
were
watch
vibing at the
that
house
now.
before you guys came back, and we were talking about horror animes because Luke started watching another.
More like horror animes.
I
Oh,
did-
did you?
Yeah, I
What-
just
what is
started it.
What is it?
What another?
Oh,
It's
I
called
thought you
Another.
meant like, oh, another one.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
But,
yeah, I have that queued up.
We were looking at
wanna watch.
lists, and Hellgirl was on there.
Mm-hmm.
Could you consider Hellgirl a horror anime?
Is that the one where they do the like paper cutouts?
Yeah, that was in season 3.
Cool.
I would,
Because-
especially with season 1.
Now, everyone has seen High School of the Dead, haven't they?
That was also
That was
titled
on
as
the
a
horror anime.
I would-
Oh boy.
I would throw it in. I
My
would
thing
throw it
is
in.
that I think horror as a tag in anime is thrown around very loosely.
It seems like it is.
There's not really much meaning to
Well, I
horror in
mean,
anime.
where do you draw the line between what's horror and what's not horror?
when-
you know?
when you have,
Zombies
like-
just being there is not really horror.
They weren't just there though. Like they were a huge part of. They
I was
were
gonna say there
the
were
plot.
parts of it that were meant to be
Okay,
like
they were,
scary.
but,
just
like,
weren't.
I think that show is, if you cut that show in half, you have zombies on one side and etchy lewd scenes on the other. If half of your show is etchy lewd scenes, I don't think you should be able to tag your show as horror.
I think if it
I
has
disagree
horror
with
elements,
that.
yeah,
I
I
think
think
if it has horror, horror
I mean, it's
elements,
the same
yeah.
thing as when you're tagging a hentai. You want to put everything the user is gonna see. you know?
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, obviously these.
If you're gonna see some Shota, Alex wants to know about it.
it was horses and now it's Shota.
Recommend Shota hentai for Alex in
What would happen
in
if
the
I took
comments.
these off?
What would happen?
It won't actuate
What-
the same.
What
I
would
don't know what that means,
happen
but okay, I'll put it back.
if the balls got hard too?
But I think because like Darling in the Franxx, you know, that's considered. It's I don't know, slice of life, romance. There's a couple tags for it, but mech.
Alien.
Mech is obviously not the main plot of the show,
I don't know what you're talking
but
about.
it is a tag because there's mech elements.
Nah,
to
dude,
it.
that whole show is
It'd be
about the
like the
mechs.
same with horror. In Jigoku Shoujo, it's not that scary. It doesn't make you like shake, and it's a show you can watch at night
Is
and
it?
be fine.
Are there eerie elements? Are you like, whoa?
Absolutely, there's eerie elements.
You're not like pissing your britches though, are you?
Right, no, in no way, shape, or form are you. It's more of like an eerie, wow, that was cool, this is creepy. They throw in even comedy parts in it, but I think it still deserves the title of at least the tag of a horror anime. So I think if an anime has one of those elements, it's totally fair to get the tag. Because there's
I can agree with that point. I can. You have persuaded me to think that way. But still, High School of the Dead, I just don't know.
I
man.
don't.
I know, no, I get where you're coming
I get where
from.
you're coming from in that instance specifically. Like,
Yeah.
totally agree. That show just wanted an excuse for tits. Like, they're like, we need an anime show where a guy gets to use boobs as a tripod. And they were like, dude, we'll write a whole show
And he
around
shoots
it.
a bullet through boobs.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That
Her
scene.
boobs, if they were to do that, would have broken Mach 4.
Yeah, didn't someone do the
Somebody
math?
did
Yeah,
the
someone did the
to
math.
get them to move at the speed they were moving in like relation to the speed of a bullet from that gun traveling, her boobs would have moved at Mach 4.
God, dude, I love people.
She
so
would have
much.
broken the sound barrier with her titties.
Her chest would have exploded.
Not from the bullet either, because of how fast your tits moved.
All right, Luke, anime of the week. Let's go.
All right, so before I get into this prior, the show shares a similar name with a very famous series. It has nothing to do with that series.
Got it.
I had to grab the
I'm
chocolate.
about to
sorry.
find out. I'm so fucking excited to hear this.
I'm
This
curious.
anime of the week is called Katana Gatari.
Throw it on my list right
Is it
fucking now.
Buy 8 swords, get 4 for free.
So it has nothing to do with Monogatari?
No. So the
Buy one, get one
the
half
word
off.
Gatari actually means story. So it's basically Sword Story is the name of the
that's
show. I have actually titled this The Greatest Show You've Probably Never Heard of. It has an 8.35 on my anime list.
8.35.
It is very highly rated.
I'm gonna put that on my list too.
This show is a story first and an anime second. You don't want to go in here expecting to watch a show. You want to go in there expecting to read a story. And that's going to be a lot of what it is. Quick note, you can physically not watch it legally.
Oh,
No
great.
matter
man.
That
what.
sucks ass.
I'm usually a big proprietor of watching a lot of anime legally just because I want to support the industry. And even if they're like shitty circumstances like Crunchyroll and everything, I'm still giving money
Yeah.
to fund more shows. This show, if you wanted to buy the box set right now, I found it. I found the box set for the first half, only the first half. Take a guess of how much it costs.
$100.
More?
Go for it. Give me a guess.
When did the show come out? Can I just ask that? What year?
2010.
135.
I'm gonna go 300.
400.
No. That's the first half?
That was only the first half that I could
That's
find.
fucked.
So I'm going to do my best that I can to describe the show, but if you guys want to know more about the show, I recommend watching a YouTube video. It's called Katana Gatari, the anime series you aren't allowed to legally watch. It's by Anagami. He does probably the single best review of a show I've ever seen. I don't think there's no spoilers either. He does it completely raw, no spoilers. Fantastic job of describing the show. In his video
Okay, go on.
that was made 5 years ago, so 2016, both box sets together would have cost $400. They were $200 each.
So now one is $400.
Yes.
Can't even find the second one.
I didn't find the second one.
That is fucked.
Boy.
They're
Boys.
also from like third-party dealers,
Boys, we're going to Akihabara.
but
We're searching.
We're on a
We have a
hunt.
new mission.
if you want to watch it,
Oh, go on.
let me just real fast.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
do want to watch it, I recommend going to 9anime.ru. There goes Rios.
Oh!
There goes Rios. I recommend going to
Let her
9anime.ru.
go.
You can actually watch it in 1080p, which is where I watched it.
Okay.
My question was actually going to be, can you drop a link on where to watch it?
Yes, I was going to do that.
All right.
So,
Look, while you're describing that, I'm gonna fix the flag.
all right, go for it.
Rios has fallen.
So,
Chotomate.
with ad block, you actually get it opened up a new tab like twice the whole time I watched the series.
That's not bad. Not bad.
So, quick notes about the show. The show feels like it's an event you're meant to experience rather than a piece meant to bring light to the novels, which is actually what it was meant to do. It was not meant to be like a hit show that represents the light novels. It was meant to give you like, hey, come read these now and shit like that. It's an episodic adventure that took place over a year. So it started in January 2010 and ended in December 2010.
Wow.
One episode was released every month, and each month that came out was the exact month that was in the show. So if you watch the first episode in January, it was January in the story. If you watched like whatever episode, like the 6th episode in June, it was June in the story.
That's cool.
And it's about two people, Togame and Shichika, who are traveling across Japan to find the 12 swords of Shikizaki Kiki, known as the perfected deviant blades. The story is that Shikizaki Kiki made 1,000 swords, and the idea is that the first 988 were practice for him to make the final 12.
That's cool.
Shichika uses a form of, I don't know what it would be, like karate or something. I don't know what.
How long are the episodes?
50 minutes each.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're in for about 12 hours of show.
This is gonna be
This
awesome
is-
on YouTube.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Yeah.
hilarious when we just see.
Well, just leave it out. If you want to see it, go
just-
on YouTube.
If you-
There's nothing on the table, Luke. Please go on.
All right. Very smooth. Sorry.
Damn.
What was I saying right before that?
The 12 swords, they were practiced.
Oh, okay. So Shichika uses a form of like karate or something. I know it's going to be wrong, and if someone's seen the show, I'm going to get shit on for it. It's called Kyotoryu, where he is a sword. So his like every move he makes, it's like he is a sword himself.
Wow.
So like, I'm going to say like an example. So the first fight, I can't remember all the names of the swords. I'm sorry, I went to put it in the list and I just didn't. But the very first sword, like the plot of the sword is that it's unbreakable. So he's fighting against an unbreakable sword, and he has a move that like he blocks the sword with his back and he can break swords with that move. Like that's just what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to kind of suspend your disbelief for a lot of show. Nice.
We're
Let her go.
gonna, I couldn't find anything sticky. I couldn't.
The whole show, you kind of just have to suspend your disbelief as to like what could be accurate. The show takes place in the Edo era of Japan, so it's very old. Like everything in the show is just kind of like fairly accurate to the time, except for obviously the parts that aren't.
Yeah.
They do a really good way of describing power scaling too. So the very first sword you meet is the unbreakable sword. The next sword you meet is the sword that can cut anything. So the main Shichika even asks, like, what happens if I took that sword and tried to cut the unbreakable sword? Which one would win? And the explanation is that because the cutting sword came after the unbreakable sword, it's more perfected, so it would win.
Oh.
And it's like it makes super perfect sense, and it works like phenomenally with the story. This show broke top 3 for me. So
Really?
So in one season of anime, Vivi's number 2, and this show's number 3 already. So Data Live's down to number 4 on my list.
Damn, dude, it got bottomed out this season.
Well, we still got Data Live Season 4 coming, so maybe
I
it'll
know.
make its way back up.
I don't know, dude. This show is an adventure that you are meant to experience.
So happy I know it now.
You will never find a show that does what this does better. There's a lot of things that some people may not like. The art style is very, as you've seen, cartoony almost.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of effort put into it. This is by Studio White Fox, by the way, who did ReZero. So looking at ReZero to this, you see a very, very striking difference.
Contrast.
So it's kind of got that animation that you either like it or you don't like it, and that's that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
The character development
No
is
problem with it.
like some of the best I've ever seen in a show. So Shichika is banished to an island, so he has no human interaction. Like his whole family has been banished to an island, and they don't have human interaction at all. So he was born on an island by himself, raised there by himself with just his sister, and that's that. So when Togame comes and she's like bringing him around to go collect the swords, he's like, I don't know what people look like. You all look the same. And like at one point he even almost kills Togame because she's like, I didn't know it was you. Which is, it's very stupid because it's like she doesn't look like any other character in the show. But he's just like, that you all look the same. You all just look like humans to me. Jesus, where was I? There's just so much to this show. The soundtrack is godlike. The soundtrack through the show, you would like, you never think about like background music in the show. When the background music is there, it is there, and its presence is known, and you feel it in the time. So like it's, I don't know how to describe it other than I will just play it for you after this, like some of the background music, because it's so good. At the end of every episode, there's no OP ever, and there's not one ED. There are 12 different EDs for every episode.
Oh,
That's cool.
That is
So
so
like
cool.
the first one, it's actually by Yosei Tokaku.
Is it really?
Yeah, the first one is, because
Oh,
I
that's
heard and I
cool.
was like, I know who
Do you know
this
what
is.
song it is?
I looked it up, but I could find it again very easily.
That's the band that made the OP for Future Diary.
Okay.
We listen to her a lot. She's like a
She's awesome.
death
I
metal,
fucking
death
love
metal
her.
Japanese band.
Sweet.
My absolute favorite part about this show is that at the end, there's a narrator at the very end of every episode, and she says, the story of Katanagatari on this month and this evening ends here. And that's how the
That's
show ends
cool.
every time.
I love that.
It gives you chills at the end of every episode. You watch it, kind of think like Samurai Jack almost. You know how he just travels around and he meets new people and then goes into the next place and meets new people. And like that whole time he's developing like relations with the world and everything. It's kind of like that, where the episodes lead into each other, but they don't. So you'll meet someone, and because there's 50-minute time frames, you get to meet every character that is met. So like one episode, they meet a child that is born in a village that lives in like a disaster area. Then the next episode, they meet someone who runs like a orphanage almost for unfortunate girls that killed their parents and shit like that.
Whoa.
And you get
heavy.
get plot for every single one. You get to meet these characters. They're not just one-off characters that shoot, go. You make story now. You do your job, make story. No, you get to
Go
know.
get an upskirt shot or something.
That's another thing. The show is not like,
Not like etchy.
no. Like the scenes that when I shared of like Togame in the bath, that was not meant to be etchy. It's not an etchy scene. It's just kind of like more plot. Her and Shichika are talking. The whole show is about talking.
I always love a good, just serious, plot-driven anime.
It's very plot driven. It has jokes. It's funny. I cracked up a little bit, but it's I can't really explain like how
It's
it
just
makes
something you
it's
watch.
a feel.
It's something you watch.
You feel
Yeah.
it. You don't just watch. You feel it. You read it. You understand it.
How did you find this show?
I don't even remember, honestly. I saw something somewhere, and it was a picture of, I think, Togame, and I was like, oh, this show looks awesome. And I was like, oh, it's called Katanagatari. And I was like, all right, I'll watch it. And then I was deciding between this and From the New World or something like that, I think is what it's called. And I was like, do I want to watch 12 50-minute episodes, or do I want to watch 24-minute episodes? And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to just full send and watch this. And I did a lot of digging to find out that you can't watch it legally, and that's when I came across that video that I mentioned earlier.
Okay, I'll check that video out tonight or tomorrow.
I will say this show is legitimately a 10 out of 10 for me.
Very nice.
There were no flaws in this
Very
show,
nice.
in my opinion. If there were flaws, I'd be nitpicking like a motherfucker.
So you gave it 10 katanas out of 10.
I give it 11 katanas out of 10, but I give it a 10 out of 10 on a real scale.
Okay.
Like this is another show I have to separate meme scale from a real scale.
Damn.
It is one of the single greatest shows I've ever seen.
Ooh, that was a
I'm
good
looking
one. That was an
forward
in-depth
to
review.
watching. I'm very glad I have this information now.
Also, you want an ad blocker to go on 9 Anime because there are a lot of ads that like appear around, but it works on that.
Hot MILFs in your area want to suck your cock.
I wouldn't know if that's what it was. It probably was, but I wouldn't know. I have an ad blocker.
I like to be surprised.
Yeah,
I turn ad block off.
I don't believe
And
in
it
ad
works.
block.
Well, I didn't have like new tabs open either. Like the whole time I watched it, all 12 episodes, I only had 2 times where a new tab opened when I hit play.
That's beautiful.
And you get to watch it in 1080p.
That is
that
even
is
better.
awesome.
That's gorgeous.
Wow.
That's why I recommend it. It's in 1080p.
So, I'm in.
That is amazing. That is fucking amazing.
So if you guys want to
putting
watch
on
an,
the
if you guys want to watch an adventure that, also I should mention, this show does not end very happy.
I'm used to it.
If you don't watch a lot of sad shows, it's going to be rough.
Luke,
But
I'm sorry. Would you mind plugging the website one more time?
9anime.ru.
Is it just the letter or the number 9?
Yeah, the number 9anime.ru.
Anime.ru.
And like I said, I
Are
don't.
you what?
And like I said, I don't really like doing this because I want to support the industry, but you physically can't in this case.
I mean, you could.
You could, but
$400 of
I mean,
you could.
we could all pull together, get the 4 hundo, and set it right here as our
But
prize.
That'd be
also,
pretty
like I
cool.
said, this was meant to be
ones.
like a one-off series. Like they just did it to bring light to the light novels and shit, and it was supposed to be done. They didn't expect it to take off like this, and the only reason this show still has like fans and people watching it is because people are spreading it word of mouth. You won't find anything about it anywhere.
So does it end in the same spot that the light novel ends? Does like so
The
when,
story ends.
So when the story ends, it would be the same place as it would end if I read the light novel.
Probably. I don't know that much.
Okay.
But it just does not end very happy. You get to go on a 1-year adventure with 2 people, and it
Does
ends.
anybody else hear that noise?
I do.
Birds.
That's the birds in the
Probably
hangar.
It's the birds.
Oh, I was like, is there like a banshee?
I know.
So
it
if you
says-
want an insanely good show, I do recommend watching.
It's on. I think 3 people added it to their list today.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
That's a solid.
That's a good one.
I've been
Luke.
so
Yeah.
excited
Luke,
to
you
talk
brought the
about
heat.
this.
On God.
I have been so excited to
job.
talk about this show.
Yeah, you brought the heat.
On God. You know what else brings the heat? After a hard day's work and making a stupid fucking podcast, a nice hot, warm, hungry. I'm sorry. A nice microwaved hungry man that might be hot. At the end of the day, there's nothing I enjoy more than cracking open a hungry man and digging into the still kind of frozen meat that they've put on a tray and called whatever it's supposed to be. Hungry man, I'm tired. I'm very tired. And I'd it's getting a little disheartening that you're not returning my emails. So if you guys could please at least say, "Hi, Jay, we hear you," that would be awesome. You could email us at helloharempodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Twitch, Black People Meet, Christian Mingle, Grindr, MySpace, Thule. And send me $40,000.
Holy shit. We can just buy a truck. We don't have to lease one then.
No, $40,000 and lease me a new diesel, and a Wi-Fi router, and some more command strips. That would be really cool.
I would like to point out in a very silly way, when I went to put 8, I accidentally wrote an S and then stopped and was like, oh, that's supposed to be an 8, so I put a slash through it.
Dude, Luke just did the middle school S.
That's not the most.
God
No,
damn
it's
it.
not.
And this is Jonathan Zimmer of the Hello Harm Podcast. Thank you for your continued consideration. Also, I'm horny.
I'm horny.
I'm horny.
I'm horny.
What now?
We got with the seasonal anime of spring coming to an end, we thought it would be fitting to go over the anime, but Luke presented a new format in which we would do this.
Cool.
So there are 4 questions we are met with. What are they? Favorite character, favorite part, what would you change, and what was the last one?
Would you recommend?
Would you recommend?
I spelled recommend wrong.
So
It's like a shotgun.
we've kind of
shotgun
we've
thing.
laid it out to what the shows Jay watched, the shows
With the
Alex
3 of
and
us
Luke,
watched.
the 3 of us, and then just narrowed it
Two
down
of
from
you,
there.
and then
Yeah.
just Luke.
God damn it.
You didn't finish any of them?
Well, no, I didn't finish any of them, but that wasn't the part I was saying. God damn it! The god damn it was you're gonna make me choose a favorite character
I
in
know.
every show.
It's gonna be,
that's what
Some are
that's what
easy,
I've been
some are
doing.
I am
really hard.
no. I did my damnedest to finish all the anime. As you know, I was 6 episodes behind on every anime this season when I got back from vacation. As of now, I am 2 episodes behind.
Hey,
on
that's
dude,
every
pretty
dude
anime
put
this
in
season.
work.
Yeah.
Dude put in
I
work.
grinded like a motherfucker because I was like, I will not be ridiculed.
We tried to play the
dude,
last episode of Shadow's House before this, but Funimation's like not
Dude,
available.
I really tried. So forgive me if I'm a little.
You're good.
If
You're
I'm
good.
a little lacking.
If you're that close, you're fine.
Yeah, it just I would request please no ending spoilers as I am not done with a single show.
No, we won't. None of these
doesn't really
questions
go over
really
the plot.
induce spoilers.
Okay, that'd be
All
great.
right, my change has to do with the end of Vivi, but it's not a spoiler.
If you're gonna do that,
it's not a spoiler. I promise
I
you,
was
it's
gonna
not a
say that's
spoiler.
fine. I will just walk into the hall and make love to myself.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not a spoiler. It's just like something I would change about like the end because I
Okay.
don't really have anything.
Man, I
change
wonder
about
who
the
our
show.
favorite character is gonna be in Vivi.
Well, you have kind of
Well,
2 options.
Okay, you do have 2 options.
And
have
you
one
have
option.
best boy.
You have one option.
You have a good boy.
You have one option.
All right, so the first anime I had on the list is Vivi.
All right,
so
so-
everybody, favorite character.
Do we want to
Vivi.
Do you want to do it on a 3, 2, 1?
Yes.
No,
No.
don't get jumbled up.
Um,
Just go kind of.
we'll do it like-
On this one, we can
We'll
do
circle
No,
it.
I'm
around.
saying on this one.
On
You
this
want a
one, you
3,
can
2,
do it
1
all
favorite
yeah,
character.
yeah.
All right, ready?
3, 2, 1.
Diva.
I knew someone was gonna do it.
All right, so how we're gonna do this, since I decided to meme before we started, is that I'm gonna ask the first question, and then we're gonna go around a circle answer. I'm gonna ask the next question. We're gonna go around. And that's how we're gonna do it.
Okay, well,
All right.
We know.
So-
we got the first question out of
Yeah,
the way.
first question's out of the way because I wanted to meme it. Favorite part, Thorpe.
Favorite part. I would say my favorite arc was with the
Oh, this isn't limited to arcs either. Like it's just favorite part of the show.
Like
Like
favorite scene?
I liked the soundtrack.
Oh,
I
okay.
liked
So
this
anything,
scene.
anything.
I liked how they looked here. Like anything. It can be anything. Just your favorite part about the
favorite
show.
part about Vivi.
So it can be a scene if you'd like it to.
I'm gonna go with an arc. My favorite arc in the show was when she met what the hell was the doctor dude's name and his
Dr. Diphead? Dr. Dickhead?
Yeah, well, let's just
when
call
he
him-
was like younger. When he was like younger,
Oh.
he met his wife, and that was my
Oh,
favorite.
where the
arc.
guy married the AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
Was,
That
that
was
was
where
the
she,
my
where
favorite.
she,
ass
had, she had to go in the center of the thing
That's
and
the
blow
one
it
That
up.
was
Yeah.
so sad when
That's
she
the
was
one that
singing.
gave me fucking Near Automata.
When she was
Yeah.
singing,
Yeah.
dog, that hurt me, dude.
It was bad.
That hurt.
That would be Thorpe's favorite.
Jay, favorite part.
This is, I don't know. It wasn't even really a big part, but it was the opening scene of the first episode.
I was gonna. I
Yeah,
was
the
gonna
opening
say
scene of
that
the
too.
first
I was
episode,
gonna say
where
that
there
too.
was the happy singing over that horrible fucking.
That was gnarly.
That was. Don't get me wrong. A lot of things in the show I think are way better than that, but that left such an impact. I was like, this is fucking gonna be a ride, and it is. It is a ride.
Tippers.
I go with Jay as well.
All right.
Just
That was
the
so
fucking
rad.
contrast in the sound compared to
I'm so glad
what
I
imagery
watched
you're
this
seeing.
show, and I was like, you guys need to watch it now.
Like you guys were saying how good of a show it is. I'm like, all right, I'm ready for robot stuff. And first thing I see is humans getting mutilated by flying things smashing their skulls.
It was so crazy.
I mean,
dog.
it is such a punch in the face.
I don't know if you'll probably remember when I say it, but in that first scene, there is you just said it, those flying things that are running in people's heads. The sounds they used when those things flew at people's head, it was like, tink, pink, like, and people were just dropping like crazy,
Yeah.
and they just kept ramming them in. It was so gruesome. It was
It
so
was,
good though.
It was rough.
very good. Okay,
Yeah.
Luke.
My favorite part. First off, I absolutely love the show, and finding a favorite part was really hard for me.
Yeah.
My favorite part was how they developed Diva/Vivi as a character. Of going from an AI who's not supposed to feel anything to showing some emotion, even though she's not supposed to. She's a robot. An A.
A plus.
Yeah, no, it was. I think that they did a very good job of keeping her an AI, but showing that AIs can evolve to show emotion.
Yeah.
That was really. They did a phenomenal job of that too.
Yeah.
Tibby, before we move on to the next question, you want to check the cameras real quick? It's been a minute.
Yeah.
He put them in the freezer for a while.
I know. I'm just
Chill
just
out,
scared. I don't
Max
know.
and
I don't
relax,
know.
Uncle.
All right, quick camera inspection.
I just punched myself in the balls.
We're back. We're back. Jonathan.
Anthony did that to me at the beach.
Oh, I got him bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real bad.
I almost threw up.
On to the third question. He is down for that count, bud. All right, Vivi, what would you change? Thorpe?
What would I change about Vivi? I'm not going to say I disliked the ending. I thought it was a good ending. But a part of me was unhappy with it in the sense that, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but I would change the ending about how it ended very specifically.
We're going to have to wait for Jake because I want to know your perspective because I think it ended well.
I'm not saying it didn't end bad. I think it ended very well. But I would change that because I'm the kind of person who wants, like, the happy ending.
Well, yeah, I guess.
So,
Jay, what would you change?
The voice actor for what's his teddy
don't
bear?
even say Matsumoto.
Matsumoto.
Why?
Why?
It bothers me.
I'm
He's
not gonna.
awesome.
I
can't-
don't hate it. Like I don't hate it. But like I was just like,
Who is he? I want to know. Alex, what would you change?
I'm the exact as Anthony. I don't think the ending was bad. It fit really well. But I like a happy-go-lucky ending.
Yeah, I'm a sucker.
I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, I wouldn't change anything about the show because I love it. It's my second favorite show now. What the fuck?
With a blender.
Oh, right. We have a blender. I forgot. I would not have cut Vivi's hair. That's
Same.
Yeah.
that's
Same.
my change.
Same.
Yeah, I agree with it. I agree with it.
100%
That's
same.
my change. All right.
100%
Would you
same.
recommend it, Thorpe?
100%.
Jay.
height.
Height.
Hi. All right. 86.
Fuck,
Yaha!
let's go.
86. Thorpe. Favorite character.
Favorite character? Paul Champ, main character, silver hair girl. I can't remember her name.
I can't remember her name either. Major Melise.
Yeah, shit, her. She's fucking awesome.
Jay. Favorite character.
Captain Team Killer.
Shit.
All right. Alex.
It's a tie between Melise and Shin.
Captain
Mine's
Friendly.
Melise.
Captain Friendly Fire.
Oh, that's dark. That's dark.
Friendly Fire is on.
Thorpe. Favorite part.
Favorite part? When main character Commander Melise went to visit the 86 area.
Jay.
I thought there was a lot there.
Favorite part.
Okay. Not the first battle with the, what do they call them? Like the shadows. The
Fucking-
voices they could hear of the
Yeah.
people.
Whatever they're called.
Whatever they're called. The second battle that they had with them, with Melise like actually there and not having a panic attack. That was that was like really cool.
That was really
Alex, favorite part.
It was like the last two episodes when it was kind of it was the 86 kind of going along. There was a lot of commentary and it was a lot of very, very great looking art styles going on with like the flowers, the fields, everything looked kind of beautiful.
Woke.
Fuck, I've been thinking this whole time what my favorite part is because I couldn't think of one.
When it finally ended. Just kidding.
When it was over. Too bad we have to wait for the second fucking season.
Yeah.
Well, part 2, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Probably the story overall.
I thought it was great.
Fantastic
Thought it was
story.
The story's very well done.
Story was
Very well
awesome.
done.
Thorpe, what would you change?
What would I change? I wish we, at least in the first half, I wish we got to know the commander better.
Commander Melise?
Yes.
Okay. Jay, what would you change?
This is like an entirely like really radical change, and I don't know if I would actually change it, but I don't know how to slide this in anywhere else, but like something I would maybe like to have seen done. I think it would have been really cool if in part 1 you saw it from the perspective of Commander Melise, and the second part you saw it from the perspective of the 86.
That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tippy, what would you change?
I wish we got to know some of the other 86 members more.
That's mine.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I didn't really give a shit when they all died, which is kind of weird to say.
I did for one.
Only one.
Only one.
There was, but he's the only one that they gave story for too. They didn't really give
Yeah.
story. They didn't give story for literally any of the other ones. The one they gave story for, I gave a shit
Yeah.
about when he
I
died.
just wish plot got a little deeper in their backstories.
Yeah, because then they were like, "Oh, they're all dead," and Melise is like, "Oh, boo-hoo," and I'm like, "Why? Why do you care?"
Why?
I don't care.
What's the problem?
What's wrong with them? Thorpe, recommend.
They're just pigs.
100%.
Jay,
100%.
I recommend. Nagatoro.
Aha!
Fuck yeah.
All right, here comes the hardest question. Thorpe, favorite character.
It is a toss-up between Gamo and Nagatoro, but I have to go with Nagatoro just because it's based on Nagatoro. But Gamo is a fucking champ.
Jay, favorite character.
Nagatoro, the tan lines won me over.
Amen.
And Tippy, favorite character.
Same with Jay. Fuck.
It was the tan lines.
I'm between Gamo and Yoshi, honestly.
Yoshi! I love dog.
Dude, in the first episode where it was Nekotoro and Yoshi was just fucking. She came out of an egg.
Oh, I loved Yoshi.
That was
I loved
awesome.
Yoshi so much.
Kimochi.
I gotta go with Nagatoro though. The tan lines in her personality is just.
I'm 1000% between
eyes.
Gamo and Yoshi. I did love Nagatoro though. I
Uh-huh.
did not hate Nagatoro.
hard.
yeah,
not
I mean,
to.
I didn't.
She's-
I loved all the characters.
I loved every single character, but I was like,
including Paisen. I really liked him.
Yeah,
I was like, look, it's Gamo.
I like
she
when she
goes,
stomped the sunscreen into Paisen.
Oh my god,
That
I was
was
like,
awesome.
why can't that be me?
Yeah.
me.
Stomp me.
Paisen.
I think I'm.
Simp for Nagatoro.
I think I have to go with Gamo though, just because.
I respect it.
Totally
I mean,
respectable.
get it.
she was just there more than Yoshi.
Totally
and she
respectable.
said more words.
Her shit-eating grin.
She has
Yeah.
a shit-eating grin. She picked on Nagatoro and Paisen, and when she went, it just.
I like
Oh,
whenever
shit.
they were like trying to get Paisen to touch her boobs. I'm like, why can't I be bullied like that?
Right? Like,
Me,
why did
bully
my high
me.
school suck so much?
Bully me, please. Thor, favorite part.
The whole show was funny overall. I really enjoyed it, but I would say the ending because I'm a sucker for like romance shit, like super bad.
Jay, favorite part.
Beach episode.
Beach episode.
I dig
Tippy,
it.
favorite part.
Beach episode.
I think my favorite part was whenever they would do like the mid cuts, and you'd have like Yoshi's face just real fucking stupid.
yeah.
Like any of Yoshi's background faces were my favorite part.
I did really like how they kept Nagatoro's arm squiggly.
I did
The
too.
manga. I love that. Loved it.
I heart dog.
I love dog.
I love dog. Thorpe, what would you change?
What would I change? Fuck. You know, I'm gonna be that guy. Like, there's no, I can't think of anything I would change about the show, like, at all.
Jay? That's a viable answer, by the way.
I mean, honestly, I've enjoyed it that so much. I don't think I would either. I just kind of love it. Like, I'm sure there is something that if I went back and watched, I'd be like, this is something I would change. But honestly, off the top of my head, I have no complaints.
Tippy?
I'm with Jane Thorpe, dude. I'm with Jane Thorpe.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing.
It's hard because like there's probably something.
They did it
but
well. There's.
It's like, oh, I wish there was more of this. It's like you just scratch the surface of the
I
manga.
wish they would
Well,
slip a
it's
lip
like-
every now and
it's
again.
It's a basic slice of life funny show. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
like no story you can nitpick at or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
There's the stories. It's fine. It's,
Yeah.
It's
good.
fun.
Everything's fine.
If
me
you like
being
to
envious.
have fun.
I had fun. That's all I care
Yeah.
about.
All right, would you recommend it? 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
I think that's a good way to do that now.
Yeah.
On to Higehiro. Thorpe, favorite character.
Saw you.
Jay?
Mm.
Is that not one you watched?
No, it is.
Okay. I was scared for a
No,
second.
it is. It is. It's funny because I am between Sayu and Yoshida.
Yoshida was Paul.
Because
Yoshida was.
he was just like such a good.
He was a great
I think
person.
honestly of this show, he was my favorite male protagonist. Just because he was. I feel like he was like real. Like he was
Yeah.
he was a good dude, but he was like, I'm a good dude, but
With
I
a
got
bad
but,
dude.
but I have flaws. Like there's shit wrong with him. He's not the perfect
Yeah.
protagonist. He's fucking like there's enough stuff wrong where it's believable. But I probably am gonna have to go with Sayu just because she's such a little pog champ.
Tippy.
I think Sayu, but I have to put her friend in there. Sayu's friend was a
Yeah.
fucking pog.
I'm exactly with Tippy. I go Sayu.
Her
but
friend was a
awesome.
real G.
She gamed. She
Yeah.
gamed hard.
I hope her writing career went.
I hope it went well.
Favorite part. Thorpe.
Favorite part.
Homo.
This is rough. This is kind of hard.
Homo.
Oh no, I got it.
I think I got one.
Well, I got it. So fuck you, Thorpe.
I would say the beginning. I'm just gonna level it to the first episode because I did not know what to expect with this episode, and it kind of led me on a, whoa, what's going on? Hey, this is kind of cool. This is an interesting story. So I'm gonna go with that.
Jay?
Anytime Sayu was jealous or Yoshida was protective.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good
one.
Dippers?
There's two, but they kind of go hand in hand. There was one scene where Sayu and her friend were on the hill at night talking below the stars, and then there was another scene with her and Sayu and Yoshida doing the same thing.
That was cute.
I liked that.
Yeah, I like that. I think that was my favorite, when all three of them were on their stars.
Yeah.
The first time was cool, but I liked it the better the second time.
Yeah,
When
same.
Yoshida was there, and he's like, "You're a pog champ."
Yeah,
And
I
she's
like
"Oh."
I like how they did it again.
Where was I? Thorpe, what would you change?
What would I change? I wish.
I think this show's a lot easier to think of what you would change.
I do. I wish. I feel like Goto-san and the other employees that we kind of got to know. I wish they were in it a little more.
Yeah.
Although it's not focused on them, I would have liked to see them more.
Agreed.
Jay?
I wish What's His Rapist would have gotten what he deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was scum.
Yeah.
Same. I don't like how he was kind of like a good character the
Yeah, I
next
don't
episode.
either. I wish he would have been
Like that dude was a scumbag,
Yeah.
and
He
I wish
fucking
he
sucked.
would have got like castrated.
He sucked balls.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
the worst.
I wish his work friend was like in it more, because
The male.
He was
Yeah.
an OG. He was a pog champ.
yeah, he was a
pog champ.
pog champ, but
Yeah,
then
he-
it was
he-
like at the end, and he's like, "Well, we're such good friends," but he never hung out. Like they never,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
they
never
never
did
hung out
anything
once.
together. Like, yeah, aren't we like best friends? And I'm like, who the fuck are you?
When are you best friends?
When? Tell me when. Show me.
I've seen
Show
you
me.
talk 4 times.
Show me. Show me now. Proof. All right. I think we all have the same answer. This one,
yeah.
3, 2, 1. Would you recommend? 3, 2, 1. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, we fucked that
That was
up.
bad.
How did we fuck up a countdown?
I didn't think he would count. Sorry.
Thanks,
That's
Dave.
how.
All right, the final one that Jay watched, I think, Shadow's House. Did you watch another one other than that? Just to be sure, so I
Hold on,
can.
let me
Let
pull
me
up the
check real
glasses.
quick. Goddamn. You did miss one.
Which
You
one?
missed one. To Your Eternity.
We're not doing that this because
Yeah,
it's still
'cause it's not
ongoing.
ending,
It didn't
yeah.
end, so
Oh, okay,
we're not
okay,
doing it.
okay, cool.
Yeah, because I was like, I know you're watching it, but
Yeah.
we discussed it, and we're like, if it continues, we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Then yeah, this is the last
All right, Shadow's House. Thorpe, favorite character.
I know mine. So
I know my answer, but it's obviously Emilico, but Kate is also a pog champ.
Jay.
I'm going to combine Emilico and Kate.
Emilicate.
Because one of them is the shadow, one
makes
of them is the
sense.
body.
Yeah,
Emilico.
I gotta go with Milico and Kate. It's
Yeah.
you kind of just have to.
They're
I mean,
awesome.
I liked Rummy.
Emilico's little
Rummy's
fucking
cool.
pigtail. Her little fucking dangles.
She was definitely a very cool character. Thorpe, favorite part.
This isn't a part. This is an entirety of a person. But Emilico's entire ditzy personality. I fucking loved that. It makes the seriousness of the show and Emilico being kind of a dumbass. It just a really good dynamic, I thought.
Just fucking stupid. Jay.
Kate kind of momming Emilico.
I dig
Like
it.
kind of teaching her how to exist. Like a good example is like when she taught her how to read. Like stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Made me real happy.
Tippy.
I agree with Anthony. Like the juxtaposition between Emilico's personality of being like bright sunshine, what they called her, and the very very dark subplot of the show.
Yeah.
Wook, what was your favorite? Thanks for asking, Wook. My favorite part was the evolution of Kate throughout the show. Like how she started off being very serious, trying to use Emilico for her own gain to move up in the Shadow's House to expose what they were doing, to her actually confiding in Emilico and understanding that Emilico is her own person. She's making her her own person, and that's what she wants at the end of her legacy.
The power of friendship.
was the One
Thorpe,
Piece.
what would you change?
I feel like as a whole, the show kind of progressed in a weird, slow way. I think the scene in the garden, or that whole arc, kind of took a long time. I really want to know like so much about what's going on in the show, and I feel like I'm missing parts.
I feel like there's got to be a season 2.
Jay.
This is a weird complaint. What are they called when all the soot collects into a monster?
Oh, fucking.
It's like the soot, not the soot sickness.
No, the soot sickness was rad.
Yeah,
When
that
the
was
soot
cool.
combines into a monster.
God, what are they
I
called?
forget.
Shades.
I forget.
Shades.
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 I wish those didn't look so fucking goofy.
Yeah, I can agree with
If
that.
they're
know.
gonna be spooky, don't give them googly eyes.
They gave them googly eyes, and they had really like goofy appendages.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah, I get that. Like, if they're gonna have weird kind of shaky movement, take the eyes and the mouth away, because that'd be so much scarier if it's a silhouette.
if you're gonna
with
give me
weird movement.
Nagatoro smacking Senpai,
Just give me Nagatoro.
Just give me
smacking
Nagatoro
senpai.
smacking Senpai. Don't
Yeah.
try to make them scary.
Yeah.
Tippers.
I agree with Anthony. I think the trial, whatever that was, that dragged on a bit too long. I wanted more meaty plot.
I would change plot progression. The start felt too slow and the end felt too fast.
Yeah,
I agree.
I would have extended it to like 24 episodes, honestly.
If
Oh,
they
wait,
were,
there's not
if,
gonna be a season 2?
I don't know.
it hasn't been
I don't know.
announced yet.
Oh,
If it
okay.
has, well,
There's 13.
we don't know.
episodes
We
right
haven't
now,
seen
though.
the 13th episode.
Oh, okay, cool.
None of us have seen it. So, yeah, I think that if they were gonna do it, if they did it the way they did it, it should have been longer.
Watch them trigger the 13th episode.
I know, dude. Fucking
Oh
alien.
my God, they're actually from outer space.
Holy shit, it's them!
Oh my God.
So goddamn
Now we have to
angry.
go to another galaxy on our girlfriend ship.
Girlfriend.
All right, Thorpe, would you recommend?
Yes.
Jay?
No.
Tippers?
Yes.
That's a yes from me.
Fantastic
4
show.
yeses.
Yeah.
All right, now we're on to shows that Jay hasn't seen. I'm sorry if you guys like listening to Jay talk, but
Yeah, I'm not going to.
he's not going to. He's been cut off of speaking
We'll
privileges.
bust through them.
All
Bust
right.
my nut in your mouth.
I've been killing slimes for 300 years. Whoa. I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. Thorpe, favorite character.
Oh my god, this is so fucking difficult. Everyone's a fucking champ in this show. I will go with my favorite character as Beelzebub.
Fuck you copying me for,
Tippy.
dude? What the hell's Beelzebub? I mean, everyone is a fucking pog champ
They
in
call
that
her
show.
Beelzebub in the show. It's supposed to be, but
Everyone is a pog champ. I love every single character without a doubt, but Beelzebub was so awesome.
Boy, stop shaking shit, mate.
I'm actually between the Blue Dragon and the Ghost Girl.
They're both poggers.
That's where
Really?
I'm at. Well, because I wanted to say the Bunny Rocker Girl, but she was only in one episode, and I don't really want to give it
Technically, too.
technically,
she
but I
showed
don't.
up at
I
the
don't
end.
want to give it to someone that hasn't been there as long as the
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
characters. I think I'm gonna go with the Ghost Girl,
Really?
just because
I
she was like,
loved-
"Nei-chan."
Loved her voice
Nei-chan.
acting.
I,
Loved
She was awesome.
I just liked
Yeah.
how she'd run around and be like, "Nei-chan." Thorpe, favorite part.
Favorite part. I'm gonna say the last episode as a whole. I thought it was very wholesome. I think it brought the show to a close in a very good way, and it didn't. I mean, I was sad that it ended, but I think it closed everything off very well.
Big dick tippers.
When the main witch who was killing slimes turned into a lolly, and they had to go to the big tree
Oh, yeah.
and then just buy the medicine. I loved that episode.
My favorite part was when not Shalsha Falfa turned back into a slime because she slept wrong, and they had to go and find Fighter Slime who fucking sucked.
There was the big epic battle in the Coliseum.
But it wasn't a big epic
Nope.
battle at all. It was just one punch and she was done. She didn't even get to the end. Beelzebub literally kicked her ass.
I know.
All right, Thorpe, what would you change?
I want more episodes.
I
Tippy.
would say not a goddamn thing.
The first half animation, because for whatever reason it got better in the second half.
Yeah, something happened there.
I don't have a problem with it.
Something happened.
I don't
If it
have a
was that
problem with it.
animation the whole time, that's the only thing I would change. Like honestly, if it just needed the same
Yeah.
animation the whole time, because it was so fucking pretty those last 6 episodes or whatever when it changed. Would you recommend? Thorpe?
Yes.
Tippy. Yes. 3 yeses. Zombieland Saga.
Jay, I can't believe you didn't watch those.
I can't either. You can actually get in on this though, because you can actually get in on this because I mean the only thing.
Characters are the
Yeah,
same.
favorite character Zombieland Saga. Thorpe.
Sakura.
Jay.
Just
Just describe them if you can't think of
Saki.
Tippers.
Honestly, Sakura or Taichan?
I love Tai-chan.
I love Taichan. so
Mine's
much.
actually Junko.
I like
Ooh,
Junko.
Junko.
Her voice is fucking awesome when she sings.
Yeah, she's a pog champ.
Thorpe, favorite part.
The last concert was epic.
Yeah. Tippy.
Last concert, that was baller.
I say last concert as
Yeah.
well.
That was a baller episode.
What would you change, Thorpe?
What would I change? Oh man.
I have a good one.
I want to know Tai-chan's backstory.
Tippers?
I was going to say they gave everyone's except Tai-chan's.
Mine is if they would have put a season 3 announcement at the end of the last
They
episode.
low-key
They
did.
did. They straight
But it's
up
not
did.
announced yet. It's not greenlit or in production.
I
looked
guarantee
it up.
it'll happen.
Looked
I
it up.
know, I believe
it'll
you. I
happen.
believe you.
I wanted the announcement.
I know.
I didn't want just fucking aliens.
A UFO to
I didn't
appear.
want UFOs. I wanted an announcement.
It'll be here. It'll be here.
Obviously, we all recommend it.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
recommended
100%.
season 1. All 4
Yeah.
of us recommend season 1. So, of course, we recommend season
Yeah.
2.
No.
Fuck that show.
Rudy.
I hate that show.
Next.
I'd like more zombie lewds. Anyway.
That's what Reddit's for.
Osamake. I'm going to date my Pog champ.
All right.
This one.
Thorpe, favorite character.
Kudo.
Shido.
Shido. Kachi's better. Kachi.
Isn't?
That's Shiro, you
That's Shido.
Oh yeah.
Fucking-
I was gonna say
It's
Kudo.
Kudo.
What?
We're not going to get into it.
no.
You're
not gonna get into
You
it.
both agree.
Yeah, we
okay?
agree.
All right, Thorpe, favorite part.
When he got rejected right off rip, I thought that was I thought it was hilarious, and I totally didn't see it coming.
Out of nowhere.
That
Tippy.
was unexpected. I agree. As corny and cliched as it is, like the last arc when they were making the biography for what's his face, brought me to tears. So I have to go with that.
My favorite part was Kachi in a swimsuit.
Ooh, I agree. I think I have a part
I
too.
can get down with it.
Get
Yeah,
fucked.
okay.
Thorpe, what would you change about
fuck.
this show?
I'm not going to go on a long tangent about this, but I'm going to say underlying in fucking quotes because this was not an underlying plot. The entire commercial, whatever the fuck they were doing, was stupid as shit and made no sense at all. The underlying plot of his friend knowing everything that's going on while secretly talking to the other guy who occasionally made an appearance made no fucking sense at all. I think the story needed a lot of work, but overall it was a good show.
Tippy, what would you change?
So I kind of view the show as like having two plots, one of which is getting this kid's career back on track. The other is having a childhood friend win. I wish the subplot, having the childhood friend win, would have been in front of him having his career back. Because I think they put that on the back burner for whatever God knows reason.
No, I'm just going to say it. I wouldn't change a damn thing. That story was phenomenal. No, I would probably have to say that, like, the underlying plot of he's trying to make it big again just made no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Like, just throw that shit out.
You had one good show, bud. You're not that great.
Yeah, get out of here, big head.
Yeah.
Your mom died, loser. Would you recommend Thorpe?
That's
Yes.
what made me cry. Yes, I would
Jeepers.
recommend
I would
it.
I would-
recommend Thorpe.
I'd
would recommend
Would you
Thorpe.
recommend Thorpe?
Oglethorpe.
I'd recommend Thorpe.
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
ogle Thorpe.
Yeah, change
All
it back
right,
somehow.
after Osamake is everybody's favorite advertisement, Super Cup. Thorpe, favorite character.
I can't remember her name, but it was the third girl that joined.
It's she.
Yeah, mine's she.
Mine's she too.
Mine's she. I was gonna say main girl because I liked when she smiled, but I like she way better.
She was awesome.
Favorite part, Thorpe.
Luke actually brought this to my attention because I didn't notice it right off the bat. But every time they got happy or something good happened, the colors in the show got very vivid. And I thought that was really, really cool of a dynamic to add.
Tip.
Other than she getting her super cub, I just loved I loved that. I was cheering in my chair. I'm like, fuck yeah, she, fuck yeah. But just the art style, everything had like a raw look to it, but it still looked very fine.
Welcome to the Hello Fucking Losers podcast.
The Hello
Seen
Super
it.
Cup
She was
podcast.
so excited. I was so happy.
My favorite part was the change in colors when she was happy. The mix of like how you see the world when you're depressed. And it's
My
all
favorite part
gray.
was when Alex's sweaty ass took a shower.
What?
He said you stink.
Thorpe, what would you change?
Yeah, Alex. Cheering for anime now, huh?
I thought some things were a
better
little
than that.
cringy when the main character say like, "I saved you because of my super cub." I'm like, all right, it's a little cringy, but I love the show, so I'll let it slide.
Tippy, what would you change?
I also agree with Anthony. There were some cringe lines, like in the gamer show we saw last season. Big,
Tomazaki.
big cringe lines.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
And she's like, thank my super cup.
Yeah,
I was like,
I was
shut,
like, no, I
It's like
can't.
an 80s movie one-liner.
I was
really
like,
is.
shut the fuck
I was like, we
up.
can just thank you, okay? You're
She said,
perfectly
thank
fine.
you, just accept it. Would you recommend?
Yes.
Did
I would.
I would. It was very good for an advertisement for the Honda
It was,
Super
actually. It
Cub.
was very good for an
Make sure you
advertisement.
purchase a Honda Super Cub.
We're looking
2022
into it.
version now available in Europe.
Everybody's most interesting show from this season ever. Let's make a mug.
Fuck yeah.
For favorite character.
Pink-haired girl.
Blue-haired
Tippy.
girl with the headband.
Blue hair? She was black hair.
Black hair, senpai.
Yeah, I like Senpai
Older
too.
girl.
I like Senpai a little more. Thor, favorite part?
When they made a mug.
I liked the. I've never seen this before in another show, but we got the show itself in the anime version, and then we got the IRL version of the actual voice actors going to the
And
city
making
and
pottery.
doing shit.
Yeah.
That was really interesting.
That was definitely interesting.
Tip.
My favorite part was when the dad sat on her pottery, and that whole scene ensued, which also made me cry.
Oh yeah.
I forgot you cried during mug.
I did.
Sorry, I heard a noise and I don't know if it was metal going.
It was like a ping.
It sounded like a
yeah, it
jingle
sounded like a
jangle.
ping. It was weird. My favorite part was when she lost the pottery contest, even though she had a really good design.
Mm-hmm.
Thorpe, what would you change?
It was just kind of boring overall. Not gonna lie.
Tip.
But
Was a little boring.
Did you have more to say?
no,
I'm
that's
sorry.
all right.
I think it helped that it was only 15 minutes. If it was like a full 20-something, 24 minutes, it would have dragged out a lot.
Man, I would have changed if they announced a season 2. Oh wait,
They did.
they did. And it's called what? Like, let's make a mug 2 re-kiln or something like that.
It is a kiln
It's
pun.
kiln. It's a
It's
kiln
some
pun.
kiln
Yeah,
joke.
it's like brand new kiln or something.
It's like let's make a mug 2 re-kilned or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's rough.
Yeah, the show was very boring. Like
It was. It
for
was.
it's a show about pottery. You're not
Yeah.
expecting a lot. Would you recommend Thorpe?
If you're looking for something laid back, chill, kind of cute, yes.
Tip.
Kind of agree with Anthony, but not necessarily.
If you're too laid back of an anime fan, no.
Yeah.
I think that if you're like willing to just sit there and be like, this is boring, but I don't care.
But it's okay. Yeah.
Then yeah. Next show. Joran. Thorpe, favorite character.
I'm gonna go with Joran, but I really like Asahi.
Joran.
I'm going Asahi. She was epic poggers.
She was.
Favorite part, Thorpe.
When they first, I don't know how to do this without spoiling, but the first epic battle they had with the main guy who they're trying to kill, which happened very soon in the show, by the way, when she transformed into her other form. I think like the mixture of the art style of the, I don't know, the whole thing was fucking epic. I really liked it.
Every time she transformed. Every single time she transformed was my favorite.
I would say her transformed form, not the transformation itself.
I loved the way it happened too. Everything got black.
The way it
and white.
happened was really
fucking
cool,
sweet.
but I liked the fights more than anything else. What would you change, Thorpe?
The progression of the show was not good at all. And there were a couple things that happened with Asahi and right at the end of the show that really pissed me off and maybe killing off, oh, no spoilers, but, you know, things that happened way too early that needed to happen. Progression was all over the place.
Agreed.
Tippers.
Progression was all over the place, and that was the fucking worst ending ever. It did not need to happen. It had no place being where it was. None.
I would change the ending. It was awful. It didn't make sense.
No.
They folded in on their own plot.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, here's your plot. By the way, we just pick and choose what we say is the plot now.
Yeah, it was atrocious.
It was abysmal.
If her Joran breaks.
You know, honestly, I would put it in the same boat.
No, it's nowhere
The
near
same
that. It's
angel
nowhere near
boat.
that. I like it. That was nice.
Man, we've come full circle.
That's it.
We are the
Alright.
funniest people. All right, Koikimo.
Well, we got
So-
one more question with that one.
Did we?
Oh,
Would
yeah.
you recommend it?
Not necessarily.
Not
Tip.
necessarily.
I probably wouldn't. It was okay,
Just
but
say no.
It's like depends on the person, you know.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that if you're willing to be like, oh, if the ending
Yeah.
doesn't make sense, I'll still watch
Like
it.
if someone
but, like,
recommended it to me, I would probably watch it. But like someone to Cherry, like Cherry probably wouldn't watch it. He's stuck in a blender.
It's not turning on.
Put it
All
in a
right.
smoothie.
This is Alex and I back and forth time. Koikimo, favorite character.
Fifth or
Rio.
Mine's Rio.
Rio was
she
the
she
Pog
was
champ.
the best
She
character
was
in
awesome.
the show.
I would date her.
Favorite part.
Just kind of like the latter half of the show. It actually started to get serious, I guess. More realistic.
I liked the dude in her class.
He was cool.
He was cool.
I also liked Rio's friend.
And I liked the story of him, like in the aquarium. I like that scene.
The
a lot.
aquarium. I was about to
That's
say,
the scene I
one
like a lot.
That's the one I think of a lot.
Tip, what would you change?
Honestly, for me, this is kind of tough because it played out exactly how I thought it would, and it's not like I'm disappointed with the way things went. Fuck, I don't know. Honestly, dude, I would keep it how it is. I really would. It's tough because there's things I had gripes with, but I would probably keep it how it is.
Honestly, like I just didn't like the story at all.
It was different.
The story was different,
different.
and it was also very creepy. And Jay was washing windows there for some reason. oh. But yeah, I mean, like I don't know. I just didn't like the story at all. I feel
Towards the end, it picked up for me. It got a lot higher.
it picked up, but not in a way that I liked personally. Would you recommend it?
I would.
I would not. And that's how we're gonna leave it.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, nice and quick. Thor, back and forth time.
Let's go.
Pretty Boy Detective Club. Favorite character?
Fucking main girl, purple hair.
Mayumi is my favorite character.
Yes.
Favorite part?
When the little short Pog champ came in who's really mean, I liked that arc.
I liked the arc with the old teacher, the old art room teacher.
That was cool.
That was a very cool arc. What would you change?
What would I change about that show?
Or apple and cherry.
Overall, I think it was a good show, but mildly on the. Fuck, I don't know. I really don't think I would really change much about that show.
I think I would change the fact that it either needed to be more sci-fi or less sci-fi.
I can get behind that.
Like it was too weird of a mix.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it?
I would. I think there's a lot of good aspects of that show. Don't. Come on.
Sorry. Watching that?
I would.
Sorry.
I would recommend it. It's a very good show. It's very Shaft, so you do a lot of reading, and a lot of the animation doesn't really mean a lot, but I would still watch it. Combatants will be dispatched. Favorite character?
Alice.
Yours was Alice.
It was Alice.
The blue hair sword.
No, that was Snow. Alice's
Snow.
little shotgun lolly.
Oh, Shotgun Lolly Alice. Mine was the Chimera because it was Nene.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was Poggers.
Nene Chimera. Favorite part?
The whole thing was pretty damn funny. There was a lot of like, okay, fuck you, I don't give a shit. I think that was hilarious. Very Konosuba-esque.
My favorite part was when he put his dick on that guy's head.
And caused a war.
And caused a whole war to break out. What would you change?
What would I change?
I actually watched like 4 episodes of that show.
It was funny.
It's very funny.
Good.
I wasn't really into it.
You-
Anyway,
What would I change?
It's only gonna watch 4 episodes.
whatever. I saw the one part with the penis something.
There was a lot.
To power the weather machine.
Oh,
Dick
yeah.
Festival.
Dick Festival.
That's just a side note. That's a real thing in Japan. There's a dick festival.
Well, they use it to power the water machine.
When are we going to Dick Festival? All right, Thorpe. What would you change?
What would I change about combatants will be dispatched? This is another one where like I can't be like too nitpicky with it because it was just like a fun, funny show.
Yeah. It really wasn't a show meant to be like super good, I
Yeah.
guess.
So get a couple laughs, go on your way.
Yeah, I think maybe give more story to the leaders of the evil organization.
Yeah, we didn't see them a lot.
They just kind of were there, I guess.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it?
I would recommend this show.
I recommend it if you're a fan of Konosuba.
Yeah.
The Saint's magic power is omnipotent. Favorite character?
Say.
When it ended.
Mine's say. Main girl, best girl. Favorite part.
Favorite part. How like. Not the. That isn't my favorite part. That was just a funny side note. But whenever Say would run into Hawk Commander and she would get like super embarrassed, that was adorable.
Just any part with Say.
Yeah.
Say was super cute. What would you change?
It's oh god, I picked up on it so fast and I couldn't not pick up on it.
I'd probably change the fact that it didn't look the best and it was also pretty boring.
Yeah, it was.
I felt like the story was there. Nice. I felt like the story was there, but it was just kind of boring.
It was pretty boring.
Would you recommend it?
Not necessarily.
Probably not. Full dive.
Fuck.
Favorite character.
I like the redheaded girl. She was awesome.
I was about to say I'm between masochist lolly and big titty gamer girl.
They were both epic.
I'm probably gonna go with masochist
I gotta
lolly
go
because she was
masochist.
funny. Favorite part.
Favorite part.
When it ended.
No, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't terrible.
Favorite part. I don't think. Honestly, there's nothing in the show that I like. When I watched, I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go."
Stands out.
Yeah, it was.
I see where you're coming from. I liked when the fairy girl told him he shit his pants.
He's like, I didn't shit my pants, I pissed them. No, I take that back. My favorite part is when they kept calling him like Piss Boy.
Yeah, that
his
was really
tag
good
changed to like
to
the
Piss
Mad
Boy.
Pisser or something.
Something stupid. What would you change?
The story kind of sucked.
Yeah, the whole like first 11 episodes were bad.
Yeah,
12th episode wasn't terrible though. Would you recommend it?
probably not.
Probably not. And then I had Mars Red and Spider show. So in Mars Red, my favorite character was the girl in the first episode. That then dies in the first episode.
Epic.
She was awesome, and she played a big part in the story. My favorite part was how the entire scene, like the entire show, is historically accurate except for the story. So everything about the era that it takes place in is completely historically accurate. I'd probably change a lot that had to do with the plot. The progression was very goofy. Seemed to jump around a lot really fast. And then like some things happened that didn't make a lot of sense, but they kind of did. It's really hazy. I'd recommend it. It was very good. And then Spider Show. My favorite character is the main spider. She's awesome and can sing really good and is poggers. My favorite part was any of the parts that had to do with the spider. Well, because I'll explain it because then it comes into play with like what I would change because I have like 2 or 3 things I would change. I was reading a lot of comments. So the point of the show is that like this whole class gets isekai. They all die and go to a different world. And then half of the show is focused on the spider and the other half is focused on the rest of her class that reincarnate as like humans and stuff. So you like get split 50-50 for the episodes. That's why I said any part with the spider because she was awesome. The characters for the humans felt like it didn't matter. Mm-hmm. They did not do well in bringing that around. And I was looking at comments on like Crunchyroll and Vervin.
All right.
Where was I? What was the last thing I said? Oh, they split it in half and half.
Yeah, the class and the spider.
Yeah, they kind of just made like the human side like they like made it feel like it didn't matter. And a lot of comments on like Crunchyroll and Verve were saying the same thing. The other thing is that a lot of it looked like absolute shit. Like it was like a lot of CGI and it looked fucking awful. And then they delayed the last episode for problems with putting out the episode. They probably should have done that a month and a half ago because I love watching anime in 4 frames per second as much as the next guy, but every episode was in like 4 frames. I'd recommend it if you don't really care about how it looks. And that's it.
That wraps up seasonal anime.
That wraps up.
I speed rain.
I do have one thing to say before you close out the episode.
Of course
this is
you
episode
do.
50 of the Hello Harem podcast.
Cool.
I just want to say this has been a very fun 50 episodes with you boys, our guest, and thank you to everyone who subscribed, follows, and listens to the podcast. We do appreciate it. It's fun to hear from you guys, and we're looking forward to more episodes, and we're going to have a lot more fun on the podcast. We got a big project coming soon.
I'm glad someone's having fun.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking around. No,
Fucking
we're having
hate
a good
this
time.
thing.
Yeah.
No, we're having a good time.
Stupid.
I'd like to say on air that when me and Luke say the hello stupid fucking podcast, or we say we got to go do our dumb fucking podcast, we're memeing on it. We're still having a good time. So when this stops being fun, believe me, I will not be in this chair.
I won't be in this chair.
Like the first time, I'm like, this sucks. I will quit. So no, we're as long as I'm here, you can count that. We're having a good time. And as Anthony said, we do have a big project coming up. It is actually. We've got our boy Corporal on the back burner working on something for us.
We also have a couple of other ideas that we're going to probably be trying to put out here.
We've got ideas, and
hopefully they come to fruition.
You're going to see a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot more cringe. You're going to see a lot more variety on the channel coming up here within the next couple months.
Yeah.
So just keep an eye out for that. So
the cringe is on purpose, just know.
Yeah. We cringe is on purpose, but also again, thank you for the lovely, beautiful people that actually take time out of their day to listen to us be assholes for an hour.
So as you guys heard earlier, it's the 50th episode of the Hello Harem podcast. Thank you guys for sticking with us for 50 episodes.
And for celebration for the 50th episode, we will be taking this blender, and I'm going to now blend apple.
Oh, wait,
That's
I wanted
cherry.
to say real fast. The main character of Vivi, she voices Chisei, too.
Chisei.
Chisei.
I thought that was cool.
So, without further ado, guys, that is the end of the 50th episode. We hope to see you guys for the 100th episode banger where we blow something up.
Where we all cross-dress and then blow up
we all
something.
cross-dress and
Wait, weren't
then
we
create a
supposed to
controlled
cross-dress for
explosion.
this episode?
I don't know.
It was Halloween.
It was Halloween.
It was something. We're cross-dressing for something.
Yeah. But without further ado, guys, that's the end of the episode. Thank you very much for sticking with us for this long. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, hit us up at helloharempodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on all the social media. We've been streaming more recently, so check us out on Twitch at Hello Harem. That's about it, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you next week for 51.
Thanks for watching.